Hey, we're Get Tekt, and we have a nice show tonight. We're going to talk about how Windows is on the way to kill Steam. Are CD-ROMs dead, or just all physical media in general? The SNES PlayStation, Ben Heck got some of it to work. And Nintendo is losing a lot of money. We have to have a talk about that. All this and more from Get Tekt Studios.
And welcome everybody to Get Tekt every Wednesday, 7 p.m. as usual.
Ish.
Yeah.
7:15. Every Wednesday, 7:15.
So, we got my always co-hosts that are always here, the Get Tekt members. Mr. Bazinga over here.
Hey.
We got the IS Tech Geek. And we got the Grim.
I'm not in a grim mood today. Call me Mr. Happy.
And we got a special guest over here, Mr. Silver J behind us.
Hey.
¿Cómo estás, amigo? ¿Está bien?
Oh, the
Okay,
stories.
too, amigo.
So, anyway.
Oh my god, my eyes are missing.
His eyes are missing.
Oh, that's
everybody.
nothing normal.
So if you're listening on the podcast, we were leaving a link now in the podcast description to the YouTube channel. Definitely, if you want to watch the video version of this podcast you're listening to, go check us out on YouTube. Get Tech Geeks. Anyway, we're going to get into these first topic. Pokemon No Go. Nintendo suffers quarterly net losses of 234 million. This isn't obviously because of Pokemon Go completely. This is more lines because of the Wii sales are very down right now, very, very down. And granted, this is probably because people are expecting like an NX or something to come out soon, and a lot of people were anticipating, obviously, the release because of the Wii sales are very down.
I'm gonna have to rebuttal that because the reason why the reason why the things are down have nothing to do with people expecting the NX. It's down because that system is not getting the support it needs from anybody.
Well,
if you can name 5 games that came out this year on that system, I'll give you a high five.
This year,
5 games, and don't give me shit. They got to be at least legitimate games.
Hello Kitty Happy Island Adventure.
we got Mario Maker. We got.
I said this year. That came out last year.
Within the year or just this year?
Well, we're
Starting January to now.
All right, so
There's been
mid-year.
nothing except for tennis.
Exactly. That's the problem. Like, the reason why Nintendo shit's not selling it is that, and because they're shitting on their fans. And if you
Hello,
want
Monsters
proof,
2000. Welcome.
if you want proof, look at that new Metroid game and tell me they're not shitting on their fans.
Monsters.
Their fans want Metroid. They're giving them Metroid
Happy hour.
idiot.
That's right, happy hour.
It's
Here we go, everybody.
Yay, Metroid.
Have you seen the videos for that thing? It's like
No, I haven't
it's
watched
like Metroid Space Defense Force, and it's like a 4-player basketball game of some sort. It's got nothing to do with Metroid. That's what makes them mad. Star Fox was terrible. They put
Really?
no money into it.
It was?
Yeah, dude, it looks like an N64 game at some points.
Have you played it?
Yes.
Oh,
No.
I have
haven't
seen
played
it played. I have played it, and I have people I respect who play games talking bad about that game. And I'm not bad. I hate Nintendo because Xenoblade Chronicles I fucking loved, but that was one game I bought in the last like year and a half for that system.
Yeah.
That's such an offer, dude. I barely even know you, and you want me to suck your dick? Like, can I at least take you out to dinner first?
Wow.
Damn, man.
Everybody
That's
listening is
pretty
referring to our
forward.
chat room right now.
Yeah. I mean,
Are you sure? I thought he was talking to Silver. Oh.
I don't know him either. Like I said, dinner first. Come on, people.
No, but that's my honest opinion. Yep,
Pokken
Pokken Tournament, okay game, but when you look at it and you go, what else came out? That's when you get annoyed. When you realize there's only a few every year, like 2 or 3 games at most, and not just 2 or 3 good ones, but just 2 or 3 games because no one's making games for it.
So next we're gonna bring out a topic Mr. Bazinga found here
God, I
earlier
thought you were
today.
gonna counterpoint me.
No, he gave up.
This company
He can't deny
wants
it.
to turn water bottles in Flint, Michigan into auto parts.
They should turn Flint, Michigan into auto parts. Because
Hey, at least they're trying to recycle here. And
Yeah.
yeah, hey,
I just the question is how long would it last?
about as long as your
Well,
typical
if they
American
make
car
like
part.
interior parts and stuff like that,
Yeah,
you know,
like
not
they could really melt-
engines and stuff with plastic.
Well, no, but
That would be amazing, though.
But like, you know, the
Dashboards.
engine cowls and stuff like that,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I mean,
Hey, if they can
reused
do it with hemp,
plastics-
they can do it with plastic.
Yeah.
I guess
There's a lot of things you can do with reused plastic, especially
Yeah.
if you polymerize them, make them stronger. Like, oh, what the fuck is it? I don't remember the name of the shock, but there's
Yeah,
a shock
Gecko,
that uses
definitely.
recycled plastics and such, and they're incredibly powerful, incredibly tough.
And,
I
yeah.
just want to
Industrial plastics.
respond to Gecko real quick. You're 100% right, Gecko. And the sad part about it is that 90% of their support is on the 3DS, which is amazing. It has a ton of games, and if they could somehow put those games on the Wii U, people would have bought the Wii U also.
Yeah.
Well,
So
like
you're
Gecko says, like I literally only use my Wii U for Mario Maker.
Yeah, and if you
That's
could play
quite
3DS
literally
games on
the
it, you
only-
might play it for something else, right?
Well, that's another thing. Like, I mean, I play A Link to the Past on. Granted, I have a couple copies of it for SNES, but I play that on there too because I can just pick up the Wii U control, and just play it. Don't
Yep.
need a TV. Not a big deal. I like that idea.
Yeah, dude, if
But
I
no,
could play
literally
Bravely
only play
Default on
Mario
it,
Maker.
you know?
Like I've got all the systems. I haven't even played any of the consoles in a while, especially the Wii U. I want to, but most of the games, it's a game that I want to play with friends that
Yeah.
are over.
Yep.
And it doesn't happen that much anymore. Really, anywhere. You know, people don't have time to. Hey, you want to come over and play some games, man?
Unless we could stream it, then I'd be like, let's stream some Smash Bros, and we'd be doing that on Saturday.
it'll be
I
coming.
want to be on my computer, so I don't want to do it again by myself.
Let me know when you guys
So
want to do
fucking
it, and I'll chip in because I want to chip in on that capture card, and I
Yeah.
want to get my own too because I got to play a lot of Super Nintendo games on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
PlayStation.
I've got a couple
3.
capture cards.
But yeah, anyway, go back to your thing. I just wanted to respond to the chat when they actually pose questions and
So yeah,
statements.
the plastic thing. You know, anything to help recycle. And we drink a lot of water now. So.
Well, the thing is, they're sending there's a lot of companies sending bottled water to Flint, Michigan right now.
Oh really?
So they're collecting a lot of water bottles. So I can understand where the story's coming from. So obviously they have probably entire landfills full of plastic right now because of it. And if they go ahead and use it for a good purpose, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Let me use it.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
Gecko.
Look right now, but someone's sneaking up behind you, Woodrow. Look out!
so the Pokey Chip review. Why do I want this? Why does anybody want this?
I don't know. It's kind of neat.
Well, I mean,
I've never
it's
heard of it
Linux.
until now.
It is
it's
Linux.
just my Poke Walker that came with my Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Turns out they're worth a shitload of money, I guess. I had no idea. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a nifty idea. Do I think it's a little cheaty? Abso-fucking-lutely. But it works, and it's an easy way to make money. Money, yay.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are we talking
The
about?
Pokey Chip.
Now, why would that make money?
You mean
Because Pokey anything makes money?
Yes, thank you.
No, it's not. We're talking about a pocket chip. It's like a little
I know
handheld
that.
computer.
I
Yeah.
understand that. I'm just talking about the name in general.
Pocket Chip.
it's
Just the name in general.
Because
Yeah,
it's
we're,
something
we're
you
just
carry
saying
with
if
you.
they named it Pokey, it would
No,
be selling
no,
to
it's not
retarded
Pokey.
people.
It's pocket.
Pocket Chip.
I know, and we're saying if they named
Oh
it,
yeah. If it was, yeah.
billions of idiots would buy it thinking it was from Pokemon.
No. The reason why, okay, for instance, I don't know, there's a lot of use you could use this for. If you actually just wanted to do, have a little tiny handheld computer with you and say most people have a handheld computer with them at all times,
Yeah.
besides Grim.
It yourself.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm a naturalist. I like to, stay off the grid.
Naturally.
But we have some
Okay,
friends who
sorry.
are code enthusiasts.
What's that mean?
They are obsessed with code.
I know, I'm being an asshole.
Oh, okay.
Do they talk dirty to each other in code? Are they like 0-1, 0
He probably
0,
would if
1?
he
One,
probably
one.
he probably would if his wife knew code. But I think this would be great for people like that, it looks like to me you could use this for diagnostics too,
Oh yeah.
because there's a lot of pinouts. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I think it's absolutely one thing it's absolutely great for. It's kids that want to learn computers,
Yeah,
how they work, how
definitely.
to code, everything. This is perfect
Yeah.
for kids getting up there and learning a little bit more advanced.
Yeah, we're gonna need some kids in the sweatshop to build our game, Nate.
Like my daughter. This kid's obsessed. It's terrible.
Speaking of sweatshop building cards, NVIDIA unveils the new GTX Titan X.
Fuck yes. That is on my
Teraflops,
to-do
12
list.
gigs.
teraflop.
12
Oh,
games.
just $1,200? Let me sell my firstborn.
Dude, that's nothing in comparison to what I paid for my other one. Literally, that's nothing at all.
Well, you also added the water cooling and everything, right?
Yeah, the 980 Ti, I bought that at cost and how much it was originally before the 1080s came out. Plus all the fittings and the water cooling block and everything else. That was almost $1,300.
Yeah. So, but now
It's a beast, though.
Oh yeah, this thing is freaking.
Yes, Ben.
This is definitely the most powerful card in the market right now, hands down. It's insanely stupid powerful.
This
No.
is when Nate goes, but if you daisy chain 14 AMD,
It doesn't work like that,
That's not my.
unfortunately.
His name
you
is
just
Grim.
throw in a Tegra and
his name
14
is Grim.
AMD cards and you're
So-
good to go.
Yes.
Now the thing is this really worth the $1,200?
Told you.
Are you going to be experiencing any kind of games that are going to use this power anytime soon?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He will make the music. Eventually it will.
Well,
Games
yeah,
playing.
eventually, of course.
Dude, there's already a game on the market that will use it.
What?
Just as soon as the Skyrim modders get a hold of that shit. That
Well, no,
game keeps looking more and more like a movie every day.
Well, there's the new Skyrim update that's coming out day soon. We covered that on a podcast a few weeks
And
ago.
the PC people don't care about it because their version already looks better than the update.
Well, yeah, that's a whole other thing. So, Mr. Snowden, Mr.
He's my hero.
Government
Nate's
leaker
God and
slash.
savior.
Yeah, well, that's one other story. Anyway, he's designing a device to warn if your iPhone's radios are switching or snitching. Sorry,
snitching.
snitching. Basically, it's going to alert you basically if radio signals are going off to basically where you don't want them to go. Or if another radio signal that you don't typically want interacting with your phone is interacting with your phone. But I'm wondering how he's going to make this device because, like, yeah, granted, people that are tech savvy are going to know what those signals mean as
Right.
far as, like, when they're coming in. But your average Joe Schmo is going to see I-326 is connected to your iPhone. Okay, that's nice. What the hell is that?
Now, what about the people that have world phones? iPhones don't have the real compatibility or capability to go world, if you will.
No,
Like the BlackBerry Priv, that's one of them.
Or track phone.
My 6P is a world phone that accepts so many different radio signals.
Yeah.
Like, so you can go from country to country and not really worry about getting towers. What about that?
It's crazy.
Exactly.
That's huge. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I don't know. That's just I said my 2 cents. I'm done.
I just think that I'm wondering how he's going to create the interface for it because it would have to be distinctly telling like people, hey, what do you call? Okay, this is not a normal signal that comes to your phone. This is like a foreign signal. Do you want to cancel it or cut it out?
Now, is this going to be an app or is this legitimately like
A device. Supposedly it
a
plugs into the
device.
phone.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Now, how is he going to? Well, I don't know. This is Snowden. He's God. Never mind.
I'm not sure. They haven't revealed all the details yet. Obviously, he hasn't revealed it because the government would probably be cracking down on him. Well, or
Probably.
trying to do whatever they could. But hey, it'll be neat when it comes out, though. Protect people's privacy. I'm all for it.
Nate, quick question for you, man. Can we take like 10 minutes at the end of the show to talk about the Comic-Con movie stuff?
Yes.
All the DC
will.
and Marvel stuff that
Oh yeah.
came out?
We definitely will.
I figured people might want to talk about this stuff.
Yeah. So everybody, stay tuned. By the end of the show, we're going to be talking about some movie trailers for.
Because a lot of that stuff
I'm
looks
sure
pretty
you've seen
cool,
all of them already,
multiple times.
especially if you geeks like us. Anyway, we're going to skip right on to the next subject. And this is something that was amazing. I watched all the parts of his video here. I've watched the progress through this thing from beginning to end. And we are talking about the SNES CD-ROM prototype that revealed itself like not too long ago to some people that found it. Now they've given it to Ben Heck, who everybody knows who Ben Heckendorf is. He does he remods things for the most part. Like his big one he was known for, he did a YouTube video of remodding an Atari to a portable system, and it was pretty cool. But he's quite a big YouTuber now. He used to work for Revision. Now he's just on his own, I think, for the most part. But they gave it to him to get this thing working because they couldn't get it working. He got this thing working, and it runs SNES games like perfectly. The CD-ROM doesn't do anything. They got the actual thing to spin up, but they couldn't get it to read anything. It just would spin. The digital readout would say just no disk. They couldn't get that, and they couldn't figure it out. But it was neat. they found out, Ben Tekt found out on the actual board when he took it apart, the company, whoever had a hold of this thing, made jumpers on the board itself to the lead so it actually wouldn't work. So they kind of defaultly made it so if anybody found it, they were like, oh, it's broken, and they throw it out.
So they made a cold short, or
Yeah.
Yeah, they purposely made it not work.
Yeah, and he went and actually started removing all these weird leads on the board, and then he turned it on, it was working perfectly. He's like, oh, they purposely did that.
I just want to point out that I look pretty retarded on camera. I am pretty much a foolish looking man. Okay, continue.
That's fine, dude.
You just gotta turn the autofocus off.
So you gotta think how much times would have changed if SNES, if Nintendo and Sony stayed together. Would we be seeing, what do you call it, just one competition like PlayStation and Xbox right now?
No.
Well, Nintendo, PlayStation, because it would just be called.
I adamantly say no because Nintendo has been too stuck in the past in Super Nintendo, and I think they would have screwed up the Sony side of it if they had joined forces with their backwardsness. They would have been cartridge bull crap.
Well, no, or would if Sony pushed for the CD system and say like the Nintendo 64 wasn't cartridge based?
Yeah, but if Sony pushed for it for that much, then Nintendo would have backed out. The problem Nintendo's had for the past 15 years in gaming, maybe more, probably more, is that they've been too stubborn to move with the times. So they probably would have argued their way out of it and just backed out, which is probably what happened in the first place. Sony probably pushed for certain things and they backed out, and that's when Sony went for their own stuff.
Oh yeah, when they looked at the specs, when Ben Heck took this thing apart and he found out the specs of it, it was actually a lot lower specs than even the Sega CD, and this thing was coming out after, which would have been horrible.
I just feel like I said, people have their opinions on it. I think Nintendo would have just screwed it up for them. I think we should be all happy that they did not join forces. And maybe now we could hope that they join Sony and take all their games over to Sony, but they shouldn't. We shouldn't be wishing that it had happened in the first place.
Yeah, but theoretically speaking, now think about it. Now, what if they were to seriously continue joining forces? Now, in my opinion, you have two companies that work together. Wouldn't that make the other company say, hey, maybe we should get this done sooner. Maybe we should get that done. Now, I'm telling you right now, I've got to rebuild my fucking computer again. I've got to take the whole damn thing apart. Radiators going, drain them. I got to acid wash them, the whole 9 yards. Do I want to do it by myself? No. That's why I've been just kind of leaving all the pieces everywhere. I've got thousands of dollars of pieces here waiting to go in, and I haven't even touched them yet. I would love to have somebody come over and say, hey, do you want to work on this together? I'd be like, oh my God, please. It'd be so much fun. But
dude, 100% agree with you. I just think that Nintendo's the company that wouldn't listen.
That's an offer for anybody who wants to help me, because I really don't want to do it for the fourth time by myself. It sucks so much.
I'm not a good builder kind of person. I'd come over and cook some barbecue. I can't even barbecue. I'm sorry, I'll come over and eat some barbecue.
I will make you whatever you want.
So Gecko,
half a quart of wood for you.
Gecko, if you're wondering, we were talking about the Bethesda said they are actually making an official HD update to Skyrim to get with the time, because they know Skyrim's still a pretty big game. A lot of people play it, and they are doing an official HD update.
And then immediately everybody laughed and said, that doesn't look HD. Let me show you what HD looks like.
Yeah, pretty much.
I wanted to go, I just bought a new 4K display. It's called, not called TVs anymore, they're called displays. So don't ever call it a TV to somebody. Just don't do it. Just save yourself the ridicule and don't call it a TV anymore. It's a display, because they no longer come with TV tuners.
Oh, yeah, anyway, that's right.
Yeah, mine's PC ready, 4K at 120 hertz. I really, really, really want to use it. That's why I want a Titan X so bad, because it's going to consume 10 gigs of VRAM to do it.
Really? Wow. You don't think your computer can handle it?
Absolutely.
But you've used a 4K monitor before.
On 980 Ti, and I was getting maybe 28 frames a second.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. It's not 980 Ti. You need at least 2 of them to do it.
Wow.
I want it. It will be mine.
Let's move on to the next story.
Awesome, but insane.
So everybody definitely go check out. If you don't know who Ben Heck is, definitely check him out on YouTube. He's one of my favorite YouTubers.
I think everybody gets the update free on PC, don't they?
Yes.
Skyrim.
Yeah, and since you remind me of YouTube people, check out the Gaming Historian too. He's got some great shit about old school stuff.
He is awesome.
Who is also going to be at the he's going to be at the Retro Expo we're going to in October.
No, I'm not going, but yeah.
So MIT made a screen that brings 3D to all seats without the glasses. Now, this is something I've been personally waiting for because I hate the whole crap wearing glasses 3D.
I don't like
Just-
3D at all.
I don't like 3D in general, but I think
I
if they,
love it.
to do it
Yeah.
properly, it shouldn't need glass. It should just be 3D. And we've seen this in small increments around like as 3D's progressed, and this is going to finally happen. Whether if anybody's going to take off with it is the question. Now, how do you guys feel about 3D?
Well, I
No.
like 3D. Transformers I saw in 3D, it was okay, but for some reason the best 3D I saw was G.I. Joe.
Wow.
Avatar.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh,
my
Avatar was
God.
amazing.
Yeah, but
Avatar
I
is-
saw G.I. Joe in 3D because they actually stopped production of it and redid a bunch of stuff just so they could add the 3D in instead of doing a 3D overlay.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I have my TV's 3D, but for the people who wear glasses like myself, it came with 2 pairs of passive glasses and 2 pair of clip-ons that you clip right under your glasses.
Oh,
so
that's
you
cool.
don't have to
There
wear
you go.
glasses on glasses. I'm kind of stoked for that.
Uh,
I'm really, really
I
pumped
like
about
3D.
I can't even see 3D.
Oh, really?
I'm blind in one eye.
you
Oh.
If you
You'll
actually,
actually probably be able to-
cover one eye, you will not be able to see 3D.
you might be able to see
can't
this
see
3D
3D.
actually.
Maybe. Might have to check it out.
But 3D,
Have you ever used a 3DS?
that's
No.
not possible.
Dude,
you
the
have to
depre-
have 2 focal
Does that mean
Yeah.
you can't use VR
Oh, yeah.
either? Does that mean you're gonna have trouble with VR?
Not sure.
Well,
No,
no. With VR, it's like you're there.
Yeah, VR uses 2
Separate
parallel
displays.
screens.
Yeah.
Both the screens you see in your left and right eye are identical. It just helps you envelop. Now,
It's like
you
looking
may
through
not
binoculars.
get the full 60-inch screen, and I quote 60 inches. That's what they proclaim. Because you don't like when you put the unit on, you see the 3D in front of you, but you can also see the black box on the outside, just like you would in a theater, just like you do at home, just like anything else. But yeah, I've closed each eye and it still works just the same. Because I was actually wondering the same thing because I have a buddy down south who also can't see out of one eye. He actually wears a patch in one of his eyes. And yeah, it will work for people who cannot see out of both. Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Cool.
It's pretty dope. Yeah, it's really cool. I know the Vive does. The Vive, excuse me. My apologies. The Oculus, not so much because of the static imaging. Or
Yeah.
passive imaging, whatever the fuck it's called.
Well, I used the Oculus at PAX, and you can see.
It's pretty dope. Yeah, I like it.
Because I was seeing if I felt difference because I get motion sickness really easy.
Oh, yeah, that's
so I
a
was
big
like closing
thing,
one
yeah.
eye to see. Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
So-
Breaking news
Oh.
for us League fanatics.
Oh, I don't know if that's breaking news or.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
it is for people
Oh.
who like League, okay? But no one watches the show who likes League. But the new champion has leaked. Full gameplay. I'm psyched.
So who is the new champion, Grim?
His name is
Me.
Claude
me.
Kled.
Wuchaku.
And I'm just watching the video now, so I don't know the moves yet. But the theory is because in his trailer video, it's called Homecoming, and it's like him running towards this dragon, and they're both killing stuff as they meet. So the theory is that you're going to be able to use your ult to like send out a pet and have the pet run around the map, opposite of you and do stuff with you, and you control both of them, or
That's
something
really
along
strange.
those lines.
That
Or
game-
maybe they both are separate at the beginning. When you ult, they come together to buff his attack power, or whatever. Like that's the theory that's floating around. But I'm gonna watch the video now, the whole 8-minute video
That
of it.
was
and
a
take look.
dope transition. I'm not gonna lie. I dug that. That was good.
What?
The fucking breaking news.
Oh, that's something new.
You have fucking Grim's bald ass head in front of us.
Oh. And Techie, if you're wondering, we're using you want to go back to our screen?
He's using his
We're
Super
using
Nintendo
this
controller.
as a TriCaster.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I wasn't on last week's stream because I was doing something. I don't fucking remember.
Do in your basement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
working. Oh god, I still haven't finished a bunch of shit. It sucks, but yeah. It's gonna be so fucking dope.
And you were saying
So
I don't remember. I lost
you,
it.
you didn't get to see last week's episode, but
Yeah, I did get to see it now.
Okay.
But yeah, we added a few things. We're not using the controller this week because I had to change settings because the settings I had, the keybinds I had for it to work, were also I ended up using by accident. Like I used Shift to run, and I hit and Shift and A would change my scene while I was gaming. So I'm like, why in the hell is OBS on the Get Tekt screen? I don't understand.
Everybody, streaming and podcasting on the same machine can be tolls.
And it's going crazy.
Anyway,
Whoa.
so hanging
Getting off the
out
screen,
with
ugly.
the Atkins
Cosmo.
Cosmo.
Yankee.
The toy robot putting AI at your fingertips.
I don't agree.
I mean, you don't agree.
I like what he
I-
says.
Why would you want a toy
don't-
robot?
I don't like AI.
Hey, it's Nick
artificial
Stout with The
intelligence.
Verge, and we're here checking out Cosmo.
Well, I
He's an
don't want a
artificial
toy robot, but I
intelligence
could go
powered
for a sex
robot.
roid.
It's small,
Oh,
pretty
Jesus
cute,
Christ.
and
Could.
most importantly, smart. Cosmo is powered by some of the
Oh shit, dude, that ult was fucking crazy.
Oh god.
Oh,
Breaking
God.
news: the ult is crazy.
So,
Breaking
this little
news,
toy little
really
robot,
important.
I think this is going to be great for kids to learn, like, about, like, basic mechanics.
Hell, I'd play with one of
About,
those.
about domination.
Jesus Christ.
No, I don't mean it that way. I
Take
mean,
us out
I
of
mean,
this, okay?
I mean like the robot taking over in, you know, like Skynet domination.
Correct.
That's what I mean.
Are you talking like the Will Smith movie? What the fuck's the name of it?
AI.
Monkey has big
Oh, no,
legs
iRobot.
down the
iRobot.
line.
iRobot.
Using a software development kit,
Like, I just want that thing to roll up and
researchers,
go,
Programmers and
"What are you doing?"
roboticists will develop new
Okay,
It's
the
afraid I
thing is
can't
adorable
do
as
that.
shit, though. Oh my god, it's cute.
The funny thing, I get the picture if the AI did go evil on that, it's just gonna like run into your foot and be. I'm gonna kill
it knocks
you.
your coffee
It's
over
just
on
gonna be
you.
like,
You think your IQ
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, this comes with software. You can do program. You can program it yourself. This is going to teach our next generation to program robots.
That's gonna teach us.
It's
Oh, he
actually
must be
gonna
the
teach.
well,
You
drinking
mean to
pink
tell me it's going
water.
to teach other robots to build other robots?
Well, yeah.
Which is the biggest mistake Americans can do.
He looks so mad.
Not just Americans,
He's
around the
making me
world.
so mad.
He's all derpy.
He looks pissed.
He's like, how dare you hold me? Put me down, you infidel.
I'm a little robot,
You know how
short
it
and
goes. They
stout.
start off small, and then they become larger, and before you know it, they start using them in military tactics, and they destroy all humans. So
They
Well, they
already
do use
them.
robots.
Yeah, they already do.
I
use
don't agree.
them. They use them
They
military.
destroy all. I like how he's like, before long, they destroy
They
all
already do use
humans.
them military.
Exactly.
Like they have a 12 gauge shotgun that's 100% robotic that can see through different obstacles and stuff and like heat signatures, and the robot can tell where the bullet's going to go and exactly what the path of the bullet's going to be.
Wow.
Yep. And it was a robot that actually took out that guy in what was it, Texas?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a diffuser robot though, correct? Or an
Yeah, I think it
explosive
was.
robot?
Yeah.
yeah.
Like how I use robots at work all the time. It tells you everything, like every detail about what I pack, what's going on the pallet, where it's going, the exact, and it makes a perfectly square pallet every single
Well,
time.
then kiss your
Never
job
fall.
goodbye because that robot's taken over.
Well, that's what happened with Hostess. That's how they came back. They made everything automated.
Yeah.
Oh
This
wow.
TV. This is the
So-
one I was going to wait for,
So
but
Oh, yeah.
not worth it.
Dude, this guy's
How
so
much did they
nasty.
say it was? I
A
can't remember.
lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
oh yeah, this one's really expensive. Now you're saying this one isn't worth it until it comes down.
No, because the one I just got has every single thing this one does, and it's freaking OLED, and I paid next to nothing for it. Well, okay, it's
Okay.
$1,000, but
Yeah, that's.
I think
All
I'm
right,
gonna go
question:
with
How
the.
much? How much is this new TV though? Because I'm actually looking for a new one by the end of the year.
You're talking about maybe $3,000, I'm assuming.
It's
I
the-
want.
it's-
I want to
Yeah,
say
'cause
it's
the
around.
X940D. It's the
That's
X930D.
surprised it doesn't
That's
tell
the
you.
one I was going to buy.
Nah, I'm good.
The 940 is going to be 39, 69, and 89,000.
I'll spend that on a
Oh
computer.
yeah, right there. 65 is $7,000.
Yeah.
I was way
That's
off.
the biggest one.
So Grim, you got $7,000 sitting around?
I've
Well,
got
and it's-
I've got 1,300 in the bank. I mean,
Now, what's
That's
really
not
nice,
$7,000.
very
not
impressive.
1,300, 13,000. I meant.
yeah,
right.
my APR processor uses.
I've been saving for like 10 years, nonstop.
You were saying?
Okay, yeah. Anyway, my HDR processor is Dolby Vision with HDR 1000. This one uses, I want to say it's called the X1 processor, the HDR X1, I think is what Sony calls it, which
Yeah.
means you're not going to need to worry about that proprietary bullshit. What a lot of people don't tell you is when you buy a 4K TV, you cannot use a 4K Blu-ray player unless your TV handles HDR, whether it's Dolby Vision or HDR 1000. With this X1 processor, it's going to allow you to use everything. There will be zero limitations. It uses HDCP 2.0, and it has the 21:1 judder-free movement, along with 120 individual LED backlight zoning, giving you, it's like black on black. Like the black is pure black, zero clouding, zero ghosting. It is gorgeous.
Now I was looking at that Vizio. How was that?
That's one step below what I have.
Yeah.
You won't get a rich black because it's not OLED.
Yeah, understandable.
But it's beautiful.
But for $1,200, it's just
exactly. It's gorgeous.
It's a 65 inch. It's an HDR, like you said, and
Yeah.
it's like 240 hertz.
Yeah, but you actually it's a
It's
mine's
a 120
100
hertz, but
Yeah, exactly.
it's
Yeah,
the full motion or whatever.
yeah. Mine.
But it also
it's
says
240.
720. What's the 720?
720 is full motion, 720 hertz. It's weird. It's not good. We have it on our 4K in the living room. It's
weird.
ghosting. It's bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
'Cause
looks
I
cool,
was
but
looking-
it gives such a soap opera effect. Like so.
Well, that's what the hertz does. Well, that's why you can turn that off.
What are you eating?
You can turn off those weird modes.
I don't
But
like
yeah,
chips.
I like the remote it comes with. It's a tablet,
That's what mine is. So I have the X. Yeah, it's a tablet remote. There's no regular remote with it. Yes.
and
it's
it
a
runs
tablet.
like Android.
yeah,
It's
that's
crazy.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's like
Smartphone.
with me. Like my TV, I control it mostly with my app on my phone now.
Yeah.
I barely use my TV controller.
Yeah, but this doesn't have a controller. Like this, legitimate. You
Yeah.
only get the tablet.
Yeah.
You can download an app for it too.
Yes, correct.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you've been
And it
fighting
comes
between channels.
pre-installed with Chromecast, which is awesome for my 6P. So I can stream 4K from my 6P onto the TV.
Nice.
That is really cool. Yeah.
I'd just be happy because I can. I don't have. I don't know if I could stream 4K from my Mac to my TV,
Bella, you are.
but I could
naked
still
wide.
do 2K because
Yeah,
my
you can do
Mac
2K.
is 2K.
Yeah.
Bella, I can't have you naked on the camera. Why are you naked?
So, how do you guys feel
Don't
about
get a diaper on, you silly pants. Sorry, guys.
the PC lap board? All these PC lap boards that are coming out.
Well, if Woody gets to use his 4K TV, he'll be getting one.
What is it?
The PC lap boards that are coming
I
out.
was talking. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have
Alright,
no idea.
it's
The keyboard, mouse, couch.
Oh, like the big old. Doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't Rocket make one?
Yeah.
Rocket makes one, and so does Corsair.
And yeah, it's called the lapdog. And
That's
the,
cool.
The Rocat's called the Sova.
Sova. That's
That's
such
it.
a dope name. I love that name.
The
And the only difference I see is with the Rocat one. Looks like it has like a wrist rest where the Corsair one doesn't.
well, what's cool about I actually watched another guy review one, and
Mommy's
you
favorite.
don't have to put a Corsair keyboard in it or anything. You put that
It's not proprietary.
No, you put that keyboard
Oh,
in it, and you can also use a shortened keyboard. It's got just a filler, so you don't have to use a keyboard, a 9 key. So it just fills that in, and it's got USBs underneath the top there,
Oh yeah.
and you can put any keyboard you want in there as long as it fits.
Wow, that's nice.
And
Yeah, so,
mouse.
well, my keyboard's massive, the one I got from PAX. I just couldn't pass the deal up. There was no
Well,
way I was gonna pass it up.
That's the keyboard they're using in it right now. Like
Oh,
in
I
the,
love
when
this
they
keyboard.
promote it, you have the K90 or whatever,
Um,
or K70 RGB.
K90 something with my scimitar mouse.
Yeah, you could use that in this.
It's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
dig it.
Yeah, it's a nice keyboard. It's got like a brushed aluminum.
Look, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mean,
you
I-
now, Tech Geek, you have the full keyboard, right?
Yeah, I had the 10 key.
Yeah. See, the one I have, what I'm planning on ordering next week is the tournament style one. Because that's the kind of keyboards I like.
want-
I like the tournament style one.
I want Corsair to make. I know Logitech has one and Razer has one. The Orb Weaver.
The Orb Weaver.
Yeah, I want Corsair to make one.
I-
That would be really cool.
I really want them to make one too because I would like to get. I like their keyboards and their mice.
Me too, dude. Honest to God, I have finally found a mouse and keyboard that I'm not going to get rid of 3 weeks
Yeah.
later.
I'd really like to get like a new setup, but I really like the Orb Weaver. Like, it's awesome. It's really great. I love using it.
That looks so good. That is so fucking cool. Shit.
Oh, the keyboard.
Yes.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube, what is his name? He used to be in the Yogscast and he left.
Oh God, you made me link to Polygon. What the hell's wrong with you people?
Oh,
So-
it's good. Okay.
They deserve no clicks.
So, for that mouse and keyboard, especially if you buy this on Steam, Worms WMD.
Hold up, I got more breaking news, Nate.
The best Worms game since Armageddon. Now, everybody
That
remembers
was such a
Worms,
fun
right?
game.
Yes.
Okay. Everybody loves the Worms games. I know we
Oops,
used
that
to
was the
play
wrong
them.
one.
We used
I
to
have a
love
few of
playing
them.
the Worms games. These were freaking amazing games.
I have Worms Golf.
Yeah, we did that on our. Yeah, you played that on our 24-hour stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you guys feel about this? You guys all plan on buying this game and Diving deep
bought
into
it.
diving
bought
deep
it.
into the worm.
Of course, John bought it.
Worm again.
Yeah, it's fucking worms, dude.
I gotta save $2,000 for my wood stove, so I'm not gonna be buying a game for a bit. Not for me.
I'd
Not
rather
for
have
a
the
while.
wood stove too.
But
Well,
I've got
my
some.
basement's
I've got
a
some
Scottish
good,
tavern, so I'm buying the wood stove to tie into the Scottish look to it. So.
There you go.
I've got some good news for non-Bull fans. If you want to cue the thing again.
Oh, breaking news. Animated. Animated.
Animate it. You gotta animate it.
Animated.
Yep, we got to animate it.
You went by it. Right there. Nope. Right there. Nope. Down. There you
Come
go.
on, I'm not gonna say it.
There we go. Breaking news. Breaking news.
Okay, breaking news. This one's for you, Nate, too, because I know you're a fan. They're making a new Rurouni Kenshin live-action movie based on the Inishi saga, and they're
Oh, wow.
making a Baki the Grappler animated live-action movie based on the Baki the Grappler original series.
So
Oh,
how
wow.
about them Patriots? I have no
For
idea
people
what
who
you're
like
talking about.
anime,
Did you say
there may be
Baki the
some people
Crapper?
here-
Baki
Baki the
Crapper.
Grappler. You don't talk down to Baki the Grappler. Nate, slap him.
Ow!
I'm not the only Baki the Grappler fan here, okay? And Nate used to live Rurouni Kenshin religiously.
Oh, yeah.
He would
no,
drive
it's-
up to the mall every 3 months to buy one fucking 3-episode DVD.
Yep.
Yep.
Damn,
I remember.
Okay?
That. That's good old
So
days.
when I tell, and Inishi is his favorite character and his favorite saga.
Yeah.
So he's all over that.
Nate, you have a stalker, bro.
Right.
Dude, I know Nate because he's a fucking freak when it comes
Yeah,
to
you used
Rurouni
to-
Kenshin.
Hey, you used to come with me and buy anime as well. So.
Yeah, but no, when I
Oh.
say when it comes to Rurouni Kenshin,
Yeah,
I would buy
triple
like
X
10
one.
DVDs because I didn't want to. But he only
He
bought the
slowly
one.
walks up to the clerk, goes, "Excuse me,
He did.
tentacle porn." Shh, shh, shh.
Danny actually texted him.
Do you have that tentacle part?
Tentacle what, sir? What did you say?
I'm not going to tell you what I like, but it's a little French. It's law, a color, and a gender. I don't want to go into detail. I don't want people to know, but it's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, but anybody who may watch who likes anime, take a look. Those are two of the best animes around, and they're
I
getting
read the Bible, but
live
it's a
action
little black.
treatments.
John just likes hentai.
So what's the difference?
Hey, I won't lie. I'm a fan of What's that one? Legend of the Overfiend, Nate. Remember
Oh
that shit?
Jesus!
Oh my god, Legend of the Overfiend is hilarious, dude.
So what makes WMD different?
What
It's
makes
more
WMD different? For one, it's like more of like a. It seems like to me they're implementing the 3D aspect to it, but not ruining it with like the actual worm. Like there was a Worms 3D that was kind of like a little too much 3D. They're keeping that 2D ratio going, but it's a little more. It seems like the background's something more interactive. It's gonna be like Worms on Again, except a whole lot more to it.
All right.
Gotcha.
So everybody listening to this, watching this, prepare to see us
Sounds
playing
fun.
this on the stream. We're gonna be doing some long Worm game.
Yeah, definitely. I've been looking for something that we could have a good competition with.
Did you just
Like
say
we were
long
playing
worm?
like we were playing, what was it? Shock Tank or whatever that was called.
How long can you get?
Yeah.
That game's cool, but it's not as cool as Worms.
It just
so.
got boring pretty
Yeah,
quick. That's
yeah,
the only
yeah.
thing because it wasn't much to it. Where this is like funny. You can add voices. There's a whole bunch of things. The Worms had. You could play this for hours,
Yeah.
and it played pretty much the same way as Shell
I
Shock
need a
Live.
weapons
Shell Shock,
list.
yeah.
I need a full weapons list. I want to know what's
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah, like it played just like Worms, except it was just very limited. You didn't really move around. Where in Worms, you could actually jump around. You could skydive. You could use your rope. You could
Yeah.
throw a donkey.
I remember when we used to play it when we were teenagers.
Yeah.
And people remember when Pity stopped playing with us because of how good I was with the ninja rope,
Yeah.
and how people would not play the game because we started we would go from one end of the map to the other on one ninja rope.
Yeah, I still remember going to. Okay, I remember the nights of going to Burger King, getting like 5 rodeo burgers,
Yeah.
like a whole bunch of chicken nuggets, and like a coffee, and then heading to your house with everybody else. And we'd play Worms and 007 Goldeneye.
Until 4 in the morning,
Yeah.
and then right when Nate wanted to go to sleep, I'd sit there and quote frickin' Forrest Gump movies until I
Oh,
got
yeah.
real mad.
That was my brother and I with Dark Age of Camelot. We would seriously play until 8 o'clock in the morning. It was so bad.
That
So
and
bad.
Call of Duty 3.
Fucking Call of Duty 3.
And freaking
He wanted
No
to
Mercy.
he wanted to kill some noobs.
The
Own some
amount of
noobs.
fist fights that were had because of No Mercy.
He played that all night.
So speaking
Yeah,
of
yeah.
game people have been playing quite a bit lately, Mr. Grimm's been playing a game here called I Am Setsuma. And we have a review from this guy, Dark Zero, but I think we'd rather get a review from one of our own members.
Fuck that game.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
No,
you already know.
I had a bad incident today while I was playing it, but overall the game is cool.
You fell over.
It's not as good as I thought it would be, and there's a lot of drawbacks that kind of piss me off. For one, like the whole world seems the same because it's all just snow-covered world.
What did you get into?
So like so far, every dungeon I've been to has been either a mountain path to the next area or a like open forest to the next area, and I've been through like half the game already.
All right, but I'll leave everything
So
alone.
the world doesn't really change. The difficulty spikes in stupid ways. So for example, what happened today? I started playing. I went 45 minutes, and I'm working my way through a mountain, and I see a mob. Doesn't look any different from any other mobs. I go and attack it. It's like a super mob that you can't kill, and it nukes me in one hit, and I end up losing 45 minutes of play.
Oh.
And it doesn't give me any indication that it's a super mob. It's actually in the way on your way to the other village. You just have to walk around it, but it doesn't warn you that you should be walking around this mob. And there's no save point within like 20 minutes, so you kind of just get like chipped.
Yeah.
Then there's other stuff like, for example, the last boss I fought, I basically got lucky. If you watch my video, I got lucky killing it, but from what I read on the guides, people were like, you should have these things called life force logic. They increase your health, but the only way you can get them is a drop that you get near the beginning of the game. And if you didn't farm them, you have to take 45 minutes to an hour of walking all the way back because there's no fast travel, going all the way back to the beginning of the game through all the other villages and all the other dungeons on your way back because it's like a straight path.
There's no airship or anything like that?
Not yet. There's one coming. They're talking about it, but I haven't gotten that far yet. But for this point in the game, if I want to go back to where these things called Thor drops drop, I have to walk back through like 4 dungeons and like half the world map to get to it.
Sounds like we got spoiled with all these games with fast travel now.
Yeah, right.
But you can say that, but in other RPGs, like I play Final Fantasy VI like once a year. I don't have to backtrack that much in that game to do something.
Eventually, they do get when you have to go back to like one of the first areas. You have the airship by then, and you can just go there.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. The game is beautiful. The music's amazing. And the combat system's good. Overall, it's like a 7. It's not as good as I wanted it to be, but it's no fucking Star Ocean, dude.
That's fun.
It is no Star Ocean.
Yeah.
It's worth the $40 that it is now because you could do worse with RPGs nowadays. I just was hoping for way more than what I got. Especially since they were calling it like the next Chrono Trigger and they were hearkening back to this great era.
Oh well, that's kind of a bold statement right there. You can't really.
A lot of the stuff they did is a copy of Chrono Trigger, but they left out certain aspects. And like I said, with the balance, none of the bosses were hard until the one I played yesterday. Like on Saturday, like I was cruising through them all. Then I got to this guy, and he was one-shotting my healer on turn 1 before her bar was filled to use her, and I had to reset everything like 4 times before I figured out how to keep her alive. And no game should just one-shot your healer instantly. Every time you
definitely
fight.
That's
at the start. Maybe midway through the fight when there's something you're prepared for, but like it was like, you know how they have the action bars that fill up? Hers was like a quarter full before she got hit, and no one else's was full. So it was like instantly she was getting killed before I could even react.
So the hard curve is pretty much really kind of out of whack a little bit.
Yeah, because it bounces back around. After I killed that boss, easy for the next like 3 hours of play up until this ridiculous shit that happened. So like the difficulty jumps around like they didn't test the bosses or something.
Or they didn't test them well enough, like basically with enough like spectrum of people's gear and stuff like that to see.
Yes,
where
and
they
also
really sit.
grinding doesn't do much for you. The only equipment is these things called talismans, and they don't explain the flux system too well. Me and Wobbles had to figure it out. We spent like an hour and a half figuring out the system.
Oh, wow.
And the only thing you get from leveling is hit points and MP. So grinding doesn't really help too much. It helps a little bit, but like once you learn the flux system is when you start realizing how to play it well. But they don't explain it well. Like there's these items in it that say, for example, I have an item right now that says critical bonus, momentum plus, and defense power. Yeah. Doesn't tell you what any of it is. All that is when you use your momentum meter, those things will pop for you, but they don't explain it to you what they do. and then when you use them in combat, that's when you learn what they do. And even then, it doesn't fully explain it. So I thought defense power increased my armor, but that's not the case. Defense power is like a deflect thing, and you have a chance of deflecting an attack. But they don't tell you that. You just think it's like an increase to your overall defense.
Yeah. So developers out there, if you're listening, maybe you should have done an update. Maybe explain that system a little better to the viewers.
Yeah, if you're listening, talk to me.
Players.
I'll tell you how to make an RPG.
Oh, well, that's
I'm not being cocky, Nate. You know how many RPGs I've played.
No, I know.
I'll sit you down and go make Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, but you don't know if these guys were the same as you, and they've been playing. They love RPGs. That's all they do.
I don't believe so, because if they loved RPGs as much as me, they wouldn't remove equipment. You know what I mean? Like, they'd have armor, accessories, and all that shit that you'd buy. They wouldn't just take that out of the game.
Yeah. No,
That's the kind of stuff people love. Open world to look around, but still feels like you know how Final Fantasy worlds were open, but they felt like you were on a.
Yeah.
They were closed, but they grew and became open.
Yeah.
In this game, I feel like I'm traveling from one spot to another in each
Very
little
linear.
area. Yeah, and I can look around. I can walk around the continent, but there's no fights. There's nothing to look for, and there's only one little dungeon, and that dungeon leads to the next town, which leads to the next dungeon. If they were true RPG fans, they would have been like, no, we got to make a world like Final Fantasy VII's world, where you come out of the Midgard, you could travel all over the place in that area.
Very true. Yeah.
I don't think these guys truly understand what retro RPGs truly are.
Well,
they think they do.
They just have their own vision, but
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, but they were this studio's put together to make old games, so they think they know what the fans love from old RPGs, but they really don't.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they think they got it, they got the idea, but they're missing it.
Yeah.
Like, this would be my last point. If you played Chrono Trigger, in Chrono Trigger, the combos were cool. Everybody liked the combo system.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
all right, but
awesome.
yes, but it wasn't the key to that game. You know what I mean? Like, the key to that game was the great characters, the great diversity of the world.
The story
And
was my favorite.
yes, the story, the items, all that stuff like that. The fact that there was so much equipment and different ways you could set your guy up with the accessory slots, and the way all the party members had their own character and were beautiful. And then you look at this game and they were like, well, let's take the combat system for Chrono Trigger because it was awesome. But they left all the other stuff that made Chrono Trigger out.
Yeah.
So then you ended up with just the cool combat system and a flat, average game around it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what I can say about I Am Setsuna. But the music is beautiful. It's all piano and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah. No, it's true. And they just really need to get to it. And they just need not have so many cutscenes is really what it is. What's been bothering me lately with a lot of the RPGs is like way too many cutscenes.
And there's none in this at all, though. That's the problem with this one, too. Like, the cutscene is 4 little average-looking characters talking, like, moving badly, like bad animations like this. And then they say, well, let's go to the mountain, and then you move to the mountain.
No.
So there's never any... You got to have a balance of
It's
cutscene.
true. Hey, maybe they're going to learn from it.
So the last couple weeks, the Tech Geek has been working on his new basement he's building a room in there, and he's been working on the electrical, and he had some issues.
Yeah.
And since you've been doing stuff, have you noticed anything that they've changed, like technology-wise, in building stuff?
Actually, yeah, that's funny you should mention that. I just added.
I came up with that myself.
Did a good job, John.
Breaking news! Bazinga came up with a comment.
Yay!
No, I just added a couple 3-way switches to my outlet, so I can basically control my LED cans that are gonna be my drop ceiling. Like the dimmers now are all passive controlled, and they have a couple that work via Bluetooth.
Wow.
I was actually gonna buy them for they weren't $95 a switch,
Holy
but
shit.
oh, they're out. Yeah, like
They actually make some Bluetooth-powered light bulbs you can get, but they're
Yeah.
cheap on Amazon. They're like $10.
yeah, they're crazy. I was actually gonna go about doing that, but no. As far as the issues that I've had, my entire house was wired completely illegally.
Oh,
If I would have
nice.
had a home inspector come in, it would have been a really serious problem. They had the ground and the neutral powered. Every single wire in all the boxes were powered, including the ground.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it came from right outside.
Yeah. There was no ground to earth at
Wow.
all.
And it still worked.
We opened that up like
Oh, it'll still work. It'll just be unstable.
it works.
You
It
just
works.
you have no negative.
Yeah.
So it's just power.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like if
Power
something was to
overwhelming.
really happen, the house would just go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too much
Like,
power.
yeah, I mean, but no, it's insane. The things I was seeing, like, Bluetooth controlled outlets that you can shut off the power between each outlet, and it's crazy. Like everything, internal Wi-Fi. What is it? Who makes? I want to say Belkin makes it. Don't hold me to that, but it's full universal outlets with switches, light bulbs, and everything. Locks that control via one app on your computer on your cell phone. You can dim each individual light depending on where you want the house. Like even my new home theater system does that.
Yeah,
You
they
can put
call
speakers.
it. It's a new, actually. Well, Bluetooth. It's all different waves and like Wi-Fi. It's all the same kind of
Right.
signal. And what they're using is called Z. They don't usually call it Bluetooth. They call it Z-Wave, I think now.
Yeah,
That,
it's,
fre-
yeah,
that
it's
frequency
something
they
along
call
that.
Z-Wave.
It's insanely cool. I mean, granted, for me to do the entire thing would probably be about $1,000, and I don't want to do that. As cool as it is, I just don't want to spend the money on that. But it's insane. Just now that I actually have to go about and do this, and I have to look at things. Just reading up on this thing, I wanted to do it. I really, it took so much out of me to not, because John knows how I am. I don't care how much it costs.
Now, when they were putting the stuff up on the walls, the the 2x4s and stuff, do they do
Yep.
that the same, or is there like a quicker way that they're doing it?
They use 22 caliber shot shells.
So they're still using.
Oh,
the,
I love using
those-
that damn thing.
Yeah, those
I
are
love
pretty
using those
badass. And the new insulation they have is like on one part of my wall. That's the shortest parts where the stairs are. It's about a 3/4 inch piece of this super polymerized foam that equals R16, which is ridiculously thick of fiberglass insulation. But
Oh,
it's
wow.
only 3/4. It does the exact same thing. And it's only 3/4 of an inch in thickness.
Now, is any of this insulation like soundproofing or anything?
Yes. Yeah, you can't. Oh, it's insane when you go down there. It is the coolest shit. He uses I forgot the name of the insulation, but it's all padded and soundproofed.
Wow.
It
They
sounds
That's
also
awesome.
have this stuff called green goo. That you like
Yeah.
if they were to put the walls up, it's like caulk you put along the walls.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And
It
it's
acts as
supposed to-
soundproofing?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
all
That's
the
awesome.
holes that I drilled to run power through, because like I said, I did all the electricity myself, is filled with that, so I don't get the reverberation from all the wooden holes. It's
Oh,
100%
yeah.
sound deadened.
Yeah.
The entire
Wow.
basement is.
That is freaking
Nice.
awesome.
Are you gonna buy some soundproofing panels?
I may need to, because obviously sheetrock will reflect sound.
Yeah.
But I'm probably going to. I don't know yet. Like, I really just want to get through painting the damn thing first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to get through working on it before I think of that.
Yeah. Now, is this where you got your computer and everything's gonna go?
Yes, 100%.
And you're
Yep.
gonna stream from down there and stuff?
Yes,
Cool.
absolutely.
That's awesome.
I'm really excited. I getting a wood stove to add to the ambiance, and I'm buying one of those heirloom quality gaming tables.
Oh wow. That's
There you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, the
I'm
ones you've been
stoked.
looking at. Have you found
Yeah.
one that's at a reasonable price yet?
Yeah, it's called the Table Zilla. We saw it at PAX. It's
Oh, okay.
$2,400.
Yeah,
With
and actually,
tabletop to
Wow.
let you eat food on it and whatnot.
yeah, I actually
So,
know it. That's the one you were showing me, and I
Yeah.
actually showed that one, and I also showed Geek Chic. I showed him both of this store. This guy I know who owns a store up in Warwick. He owns like a little card shop. They play a lot of D&D stuff there. He's
Nice.
actually looking to buy one for the store, so for everybody to play on, like a big one now.
The Geek Chic one I really wanted, but when I was done building it, it was $9,048, not including shipping.
Wow.
That's a fifth of the price of my truck.
Holy
I
shit!
couldn't do
Yeah.
it.
And the
I couldn't
guy
do it.
the guys that you're looking at, they delivered themselves, right?
Yeah.
Is that what they said?
And they set it up themselves. They do it all for you. Yes.
Oh wow,
Wow.
that's awesome.
Yeah, they were real cool guys too.
Yeah.
So
What is he? He's been woodworking for like 28 years or 38 years. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
They're beautiful,
Out of nowhere, he
beautiful
comes and goes,
things.
"You know what? I'm gonna make gaming tables."
Yeah. Right.
I'm
And
still
they're
waiting
gorgeous.
I'm still waiting for somebody to make a true non-Kickstarter freaking like computer desk, like gaming computer desk. That's not like $3,000.
yeah,
It's already open, but you do it, so she sees you do it.
Oh, she needs to see me open the juice box. Okay.
so speaking of computers and building computers, one of the subjects we have on our podcast this week, and everybody watching can see that we have a picture of an old analog DVD drive. these things, and the quote of the thing is, why won't my PC optical drive work? And it's more like just like a play on words, like, oh, you haven't used me in this long, and oh, you haven't done this, and like all these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the fact is, the point of this article is that the optical drive is dead. There's no point to it really anymore.
I've used mine twice. I bought
Yeah.
a portable one, and I've used it just to install Diablo 2 and another game, Half-Life. On my
I don't.
phone.
I've got two because I bought. I was thinking I was gonna, burn and copy and burn because two works easier than burn
Yeah.
it, take it out, save it on the computer. Never used them.
Yeah.
Never used them.
And yeah, my newest build, there's not even a slot for them. The more the newer towers don't even have slots for them.
Yeah, like mine does, but its sole purpose is actually to hold radiators. You can go ahead and put the
Or-
CD-ROM drive in if you want to,
Or fan controls, right?
or a fan controller. Yeah, but I'm
Nobody
gonna
really
use
uses
the
his either.
radiators. No, my motherboard controls my fans.
Yeah.
Like my NZXT Hue, I'm not even going to be using the Hue box. My motherboard has onboard slots for the Hue. I plug the Hue thing right into the motherboard and it controls the RGB for me.
I see there's a lot of cases that come with fan control.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're starting to
modules.
come with them, yeah.
There are modules in them too.
But I can't control mine. My motherboard has to because I have a pulse width management or a PWM. Pulse width modulation. Sorry.
Yeah.
And that's all going to be controlled from my motherboard too. I mean,
Yeah, and there's motherboards that have like Fan Expert in them already. You can download the software with ASUS, and
yeah, even
you can
my,
do it that
my
way
pump,
too.
I have a D5 PWM pump.
Yeah.
Monsoon pump, and that's all controlled by motherboard too. I literally just put my water cooling loop in, and it does it all for me. The RPMs, it's crazy. It's really nice.
Yeah, I know somebody that's trying to. They're going to be building a rig for like $1,200 or something, and he was like parting it out, and he had a drive on there. I'm like, are you sure that this person wants a drive? They're like, yeah, they're going to be burning CDs. I'm like, are you sure they'll be burning CDs?
That's what $12 a month for Google Play is.
Yeah.
It's very
Like-
Well, that's Google Play. I pay $8 a month for Spotify.
The only reason I have the 12 is because I have YouTube Red.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It makes my life a little bit easier. I hate commercials, first of all, and second of all, I have my iPad set up to auto download new episodes of my favorite YouTube people, so I can literally just take my iPad on the run and watch them without Wi-Fi. It's kind of nice.
That is nice.
But
So there is one member in here that we have our guest that is still in a sense using the optical drive. Are you looking forward in not using your optical drive anymore?
Sure.
Yes, that's right.
And
Sure.
going strictly
Hell
digital.
yeah.
It's a lot easier.
Yes.
This kid.
So
This kid, I swear to God.
in my owness, I think that we're going to see the end of this. I think with all members here of Get Tekt seeing this, putting this out, we are seeing the end of an era.
Or will it be just another beginning? Now, theoretically, like we were talking about
Records.
not last week, the week after,
yeah.
vinyl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
vinyl.
love my vinyl.
But vinyl's
I
completely.
think A-Track is going to be the next big thing on computers.
Here we
honestly.
go again. I shouldn't have said anything.
No, I'm just fucking around.
But vinyl's different though. Vinyl is like it's so close to an art form.
It is. I completely agree.
Yeah.
That I will. Okay, I'll give that to you. I
And
completely
the,
agree.
the closest to art with CDs is if you get a CD from like the early '90s or '80s, where you first look at them. When CDs came out, I was overwhelmed because I was like, they're so pretty. Where the way the light hits those
Yeah.
makes the rainbow on the disc. I was like, ooh. But that's it.
Yeah,
that's all. It's like,
that
oh,
fades
you,
pretty
you don't
quick.
go, man. There was nothing like listen to a CD on a Walkman that skipped all the time. Oh,
Then
those were the
that's
days.
why I like my mini disc player so much. I fell in love with
Oh,
my
yeah.
mini disc player.
Oh, thanks for the follow,
Yeah.
Dakgar.
Dagar, yeah. Thank you.
But records, they just have an ambience to them when you're
Yeah.
listening to them.
It's actually the funny thing is, the home theater system I just bought has a specific port for vinyl. It automatically kills skips, pops, and white noise, and it adds the Dolby Atmos effect to it. I mean, I don't know if you guys know what Atmos is. Basically, these are special speakers that point sound towards your ceiling and bounce them off the ceiling into your ears. Avatar used it in a couple of the Blu-rays, so it makes it sound like rainfall's coming from above you, helicopters coming from above you.
How many speakers is there?
7 and 2 subs.
2 subs.
Yeah, it's a 7.2.2.
Are they like wireless speakers, or do you have to wire them?
No, I got to buy wire. Actually, I was going to
Oh,
ask
wow.
you that after the stream, what I should get for speaker wire, because I have no idea.
Like 12 gauge.
Yeah, they were saying 12 to 14 gauge because you can get the 18 gauge it comes with, but that's way too thin. 18 gauge is way too
Yeah,
thin.
you don't want to go with that.
Yeah. Plus, are you gonna wire them through your wall?
No, I'm going to put them through the carpet. Don't feel like going through the wall. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother project.
Yeah, just get a lot of wire. Whatever you could do, so you don't have to. If anything, because are you gonna like lay a carpet, or are you gonna get it like professionally installed?
It's professionally installed. But what I'm going to do is for the rear speakers is before he puts the trim in, I'm going to bury it along like the edges and then have him install the trim.
Yeah, and I'd get hang your speakers like if you can hang them on the wall.
They come with pins on the back to hang them on the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, get the white. What color are your walls?
They're gonna be it's red plaid carpeting and emerald green walls.
Well, get the what the hell is that called? The covers for the wires,
Oh,
I know
yeah.
what you mean.
The
Yeah,
little
I could
panels.
paint them.
and then paint over it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Cool.
how the TV in the studio is right here.
Yeah, good idea. I didn't even think about that.
I'm sure they make smaller ones.
Yeah, or you can cut them. They're not that hard to cut because I've cut a few.
And
of them.
that's another thing. Like with John on we have a private group chat, and he goes, why do you have so many ports? I'm gonna hook everything up to the receiver. It automatically up converts to 4K, and I only need one HDMI output. So it's just gonna be one wire I have to look at. I'm really stoked about that. I won't even need to worry about buying.
I was actually looking online. They have these boxes you can buy that you can put all your wires into.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like a power box, and you put your you put your surge protector in it, and then you pile all the wires in it. It's like fire resistant or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I have that mess out in my living room.
Yeah, and then like IKEA makes the ones that hook to the back of the desk. You can pile all your wires into.
Yeah.
That clamp to the back of the desk.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
I had to look at all that stuff, man. You guys.
I would love to. If anybody wants to go to IKEA, I would love to go to IKEA. I go by
Yeah, we
myself.
gotta
It's a long ass
do a
drive.
road trip to IKEA.
field trip.
Yeah,
Dude, I'll go. Hell yeah, I love IKEA.
because I really need a desk because I got my desk is a fold and a half table from you have at a
Job lot.
yard sale or something.
Job lot.
But it works great. It works
yeah.
great. But I would really like a wooden one or an IKEA version.
Yeah.
And because I would love to use this table as a table we sit behind for a podcast.
So, I heard you guys went to IKEA. Yeah, we went to IKEA. What'd you guys buy? I bought a Bjork Forst.
What is that? It's a model of the table.
Yeah, right.
The Holman.
I fucking just love the names.
Yeah.
I don't even care about the products. The names just make me so happy.
So instead of IKEA, this guy went to the market and bought some potatoes and played Skyrim with them.
Wow.
What?
I used to play Skyrim with potatoes until I took a potato to the knee.
Well, no, this guy literally rigged up wires inside his potatoes and is now using it as a control.
That's cool, but why?
Because you can.
No, he
you
could have
put,
ate the potatoes and played Skyrim.
because you can put power through a potato.
Yeah.
But you gotta ask the same question of everything anybody does. Why did I spend $3,000 on a new computer? Why did I just drop $20,000 on building a basement? Why did I? Who cares? Because you want to.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Why am I building a new computer for $2,000?
When you can build it out of a potato.
There you go.
So okay, I could have built my basement out of potatoes, sure, but after a week,
After a week, when it started smelling
and growing new potatoes, it would have been a very bad thing.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys ever smell rotten. Well, yes, of course you smell rotten potatoes.
Oh, they're
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
They're
Oh, my God.
awful.
Terrible. Watermelon's worse though, by leaps and bounds.
Well, it's weird. Potatoes smell like dead bodies,
It does.
and
They do.
watermelons smell like really rotten fish.
And body odor.
Yeah, and body odor.
Oh yeah, body odor, and especially when the watermelons get the cardboard bins wet.
Ugh.
That is the worst.
Forget
The
about it.
wet cardboard smells
God,
so
I'm
bad.
no, actually, what's really bad is when you go into where we hold the potatoes on a really, really hot day. We have truckloads of potatoes come in, and
Who's the person who has to go through those?
Oh, it's terrible. I don't even want to know. Don't care.
Do they
Don't
have to
give a shit.
hand go through those, or does a computer do
They
it?
used to, but if somebody has to clean the bin, you crawl up inside that and spray it down. Oh hell, yeah, it's massive.
Nope.
It's bigger than my house.
Oh wow.
We need a big announcement on the screen of nope.
Yeah, no. I just put the chips in the bag and I send them to the packer. That's all I do.
So, now this next story, everybody, is a really big story. I'm sure Grim has some words about this one. I'm sure everybody is. So,
AMD went out of business. Yay!
Microsoft wants to make Steam buggy and broken, says Tim Sweeney.
Now who's Tim Sweeney?
He's a dick.
Oh no, I love
He's a
Microsoft.
jack.
They would never do anything fucked up. Oh, this is a really good Apple. Oh man, Microsoft fucked
This
up
is
my
a
Apple.
really good Apple.
Of course. So, now, whether this guy is just kind of just spouting off, or he's just in fear, or
I don't
who knows?
believe he's spouting off. Because for one, why would he be afraid of any situation with Microsoft on the PC? The last thing that came out about Microsoft on the PC was that the 2 games they released on their store sold less than 5% of all sales combined on their store.
Wow.
That
Like
makes me-
Tomb Raider sold something like 1 million on the computer, sold
Tomb Raider's
like
fun.
10,000 on Microsoft Store.
Wow.
Like that's what was
Later,
leaked
Gecko. Have
on
a good night.
NeoGAF a while ago. So this idea that somehow people are just afraid of Windows 10. No, this guy is talking. He may be full of shit, but I think he's not. I think this is exactly what Microsoft would want to do, because how can you compete with Steam unless you eliminate their back catalog of games, right? You can release games for the next 10 years and not catch up to Steam.
Well,
You know?
yeah, of course. Now,
Hey, kitty.
Grim, before the show, we were talking about this, and you were hinting at the fact that, what do you call it, they're thinking about, like, killing the, what do you call it, the driver. I forget what you were
The discussion that's going on is that he and other people, he's speaking for them, no one else has spoken up, but he's claiming that there's other people involved, are claiming that Microsoft want to make Windows not, like their games and their system not run off Win32, which is one of the most important things in Windows. And they want to make Windows not run off Windows Win32 anymore. And they want to do this not because they're trying to improve it, but because if they do this, all games that aren't converted stop working, and then Steam stops working correctly.
Now you can make Windows not run off Win32 and make everything around it be okay.
But can average people do it, like normal people who just work on
Yeah,
it?
it's not-
It's quite simplistic. But once you get Win32 out of games, once you take Win32 out of Steam, then you're going to have a serious issue, because games require Win32. If you have the backing for Win32 that runs off of Steam, a backing like when you do what's that thing? When you right click, it's compatibility mode. Like
Yep.
for Windows XP, Windows whatever. It's going to work the same way. Go ahead, you can take Win32 out of Windows. It's not going to do much for the game.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about when I said what I meant was they're trying to take it out so that it won't work with those games.
Yeah, then you're screwed.
That's what we're talking about here. And even if you could try to come up with a way to fix it, average people are not going to be able to figure that out.
Yeah.
So
just
their goal is to shut down all those games that are out on Windows, thus making their store look better.
Now, how hard is that for like just a patch to patch it?
I don't even know. Like, I don't even want to think about it, to be quite honest with you.
Because it's like literally the cornerstone. You build a house, you got to put a foundation down. That's what Win32 is when making a game. So you imagine saying, well, now you don't have a foundation. Now that's how they compete with Steam, because they can't compete with third parties. Who's gonna go, all right, I'll release exclusively on Windows Store? Nobody, because even if there's 100 million computers with Windows Store installed, people aren't buying games off of it. You know what I mean? Like, everybody releases a game on Steam. They'll do it on both, but nobody's gonna ignore Steam. So how do you get rid of Steam except by making it not work in the systems itself?
No, I agree. I definitely understand where you're coming from. It would be an absolute dick move.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be theory bullshit, but this guy is not some nobody in the industry, and he claims that other people in the industry know it, and he's brought up shit before, and other devs have brought up shit about their system with the Windows Store and Windows 10. So
That means they're basically trying to proprietary
You're not gonna get a drink.
their Windows.
yeah,
Basically make it a console.
yeah. They want complete control over Windows, but they want the fan base to think that they don't have any control, and it's not working.
No.
Again, like I said, and you could actually look up Quantum Break. That game bombed on everything, but it bombed really hard on the Windows Store.
Was it a sucky game? Was it good or?
It's like a 6 or a 7 from what I've heard.
Hmm.
Like
that-
angry video game nerd does a good review and he explains why it's bad, like what's wrong with it. Like for example, it's a time travel game, right?
Yeah. Who
So
did a
in
review
some
on it?
Angry video game nerd.
When?
Oh, not angry video game. Sorry, Angry Joe. I get.
Oh,
I got-
okay.
Oh, I will
I was
say.
gonna say
yeah.
no.
So he does this review and he explains that like in certain parts of the game you fast forward to rewind time. Like for example, say there's a door you want to get in and it's locked. Well, you just fast forward time until someone shows up to unlock the door, and then you pop into that time frame and you go through the door. All right. And he's like, so throughout the game you have certain sections where you can do that, and then he's like, and then you have sections when you can't. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, for example, there's this van sitting in front of this gate, and you can't fast forward time until the van moves. It just doesn't let you. So they like put arbitrary rules on the system when the system is designed for you to do that sort of shit. And it throws you completely out of the game, because today you can't get that door to open. No matter how much time you jump, that door ain't going to open until you find a key card. Even though theoretically you could just travel through time until someone opened that fucking door.
Yeah.
Because the game
That's
already
so
said you
true.
could do that. Shit like that, he said, was really annoying. But overall, my point was that game sold really, really bad. And from the rumors that leaked on NeoGAF is that that thing sold like 1% on Windows stores of its entire thing.
Wow.
Well, that's-
Is that the only
And
way
that-
you could get it on PC?
No, you could get it on Steam too.
Ah, okay.
And people bought it off. Actually, maybe you can't get it on Steam. Maybe that's one of the ones that just didn't sell it all on the computer hand.
I don't know. The only thing that scares me if it's really true that they want to rid Win32 out of games, that could potentially destroy PC gaming as you know it.
Well, okay.
Yep.
Will it destroy PC gaming, or will it push people away from Windows?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, but how many people? I mean, aside from the new Ubuntu, that's actually has a huge article in my PC Gamer magazine, the new Ubuntu, and how easy it is to use. How
Yeah.
literally easy they made this update for just go ahead and install it and use it.
Yeah, no, like I use Ubuntu on my laptop. Actually I have dual boot. I have another Linux version on here too. But and my girlfriend uses it on her laptop. But I also follow these guys on YouTube that distinctly, they're all about Linux for the most part, and they're about Linux gaming. And they've showed like all these big titles, AAA titles, will run Linux. Just takes a little bit of work and a little bit of know-how, and you can get them working.
Yeah.
What they need to do, they need to. I'd have no problem with leaving Windows or whatever, but they need to make everything just work. Not have to do a little bit of going into the strings to fix this, a little bit of fixing that. They need to make it so it just happens.
Well, they are. Like when Ubuntu just introduced Snap, which is close to like how Windows programs install.
Mm-hmm.
And they're finally introducing this into Ubuntu for people to make it a little more user interface a little better.
Yeah, because if they can make it work easily, and like the way we have set up, how hard would that be for me to just do it right now? Like OBS and all these programs run.
I can get that and show you how to do
Like,
it
yeah.
in Ubuntu.
Alright.
Just a
I
little
was
know-how.
doing.
But the
I was
thing
doing
is,
some
games are
research.
hard to. It's just they need to make all the games work. It shouldn't be a.
Well, Steam is kind of pushing forward that,
Yeah.
like, encouraging developers, especially Unity. Unity's like anything that's done. Unity is going to run on Linux too.
But like
Because of
even
the
like the
options,
Steam OS,
because they can dual
I hear
program
just
for
not
it.
doing well.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple of things. First, I'll get on that point in a second. But so my quantum break theory, my point. All right. So Microsoft
Grimm's
reported that Microsoft reported that this thing sold really well. All right. They claim Quantum Break's sales figures, best-selling new IP, all that shit like that. All right.
Yeah.
But they didn't give any numbers. But then the numbers leaked, and the thing sold 110,000 copies in the U.S., and only 20,000 of those were on the PC.
Wow.
In total, it hasn't broken 700,000 copies yet on the two consoles combined, the two systems combined. And the store itself, they hardly sold at all.
Wow.
And that point you guys were making when you were talking about will it kill gaming, the PC gaming, it absolutely will, because it's not about the hardcore wanting to convert. It's about time it takes for that to happen. You're taking an install base of, say, how many Steam users are there that buy games? Does anybody have any clue what
No.
the Steam numbers
No
are?
idea.
Steam numbers are
We'll
huge.
say Steam numbers are 50 million. All right, we'll say it's 50 million. You're taking 50 million, and immediately all 50 million of them can no longer buy your games on Steam. Now you have to wait for those 50 million to start working their way over to buy games on the store. More games are bombing because they're not getting anybody's sales because people aren't buying them on the Windows Store.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy games again.
It takes, and even the ones that are buying them new, it takes longer because it's like, think about it like a new generation. It takes time for a console to take off unless it blows up like the PlayStation. So you take 50 million people and you go, well, you can't buy games on Steam anymore. Now a new platform has to build back up. It may not kill PC gaming, but it will hurt it will reset its economy, basically.
Well,
you know
no,
what I mean?
Like people, like eventually a lot of the indie developers, for one, and if the AAA developers get on board with actually developing for Linux a little more, we will just see people switch away from Windows.
Yes, but it will take time.
Windows stock will drop like a rock.
Oh yeah.
But it will take. That's my point. It will take time for them to convert over, dude. And during that time frame, it's the PC market will bottom out, just like a new consoles market bottoms out, where you have to wait for it to pick up steam and grow.
Well, no, I think what we'll see is if this happened, you would say, like Ubuntu itself is distinctly making an effort to make sure they are programming for a lot of the graphics cards that are coming out, or the ones that are already out, so you can just plug and play the graphics card, because this is a big problem for Linux for a long time.
Dude, I'm a PC gamer. I don't even know what Ubuntu is.
With graphics cards was a big problem because you had to pretty much write the driver or find someone who wrote the driver for you and install it yourself. But now Ubuntu is taking the time and having developers find these cards and write drivers so they can automatically download when you put them in, which is awesome. And it's going to be a big step to help with Steam boxes, with help with getting like Steam on Linux running better, and distinctly just trying to move the market away from Windows.
I agree with you.
Ubuntu is a Windows.
But what I'm saying is that's all a time frame. Yeah. That's what I'm arguing with you is just how long it takes and how much the market bottoms out, why it does that, and that's the problem. And yes, my screen's off because I'm eating, because I'm starving. That's why my camera's not on.
Oh, your camera's on your monitor.
Yeah, but my point being is that it's gonna take. You can't just have an instant switch because the market will bottom out. Games won't sell. New games that were coming out the week that it happens will bottom out and they won't get any sales, and third parties will start losing money rapidly.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, those gonna be some casualties. Of course there will be, and then they're gonna They're gonna turn right to YouTube. They're gonna turn to the internet, and they're gonna go, "What are my other options?" And they're going to see the enthusiasts of gaming Linux.
Or they're gonna see all this crap happening, and then Windows is gonna be like, "Oh shit."
Oh yeah, they'll most likely give in. Is what will happen because they don't want to see their stock go to the floor.
Yeah.
Well, I think, in my opinion, it's kind of like what happened with WoW. I don't know if you guys play WoW. I do, but
I'm with you, man. Let's talk Burning Crusade.
That's what I'm saying. Like, BC was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Karazhan.
Yeah, that was fantastic. And then Mr. Pandaria? Well, they say is what killed WoW, and I'm using that term loosely because WoW never really died. But if you look at the new patch made it so vanilla that vanilla is like chocolate. It's insane. Like, they went back to the buffs are completely limited. You don't hit for millions of damage anymore. Like,
I remember you hitting and hitting. Nice. It'd be like the numbers would take up the whole screen.
Oh yeah, it was insane.
Even in WoW, you could still fuck people up though. In the original, I remember when I got my Spinal Reaper off Ragnaros, and the first time I ganked someone, they died after the first mortal strike.
No, you can still do that, but
it's so fucking great.
Changed the way, and like the way they got rid of the bot accounts, and they actually listened to their people instead of fighting them. Like a lot of
I think raid wise, Mist was the best, one of the best patches. When it comes to raids, those boss fights were awesome in Mist.
Agreed.
There were other things I didn't like, but some of those fights were pretty awesome. Quick side thing: what's your favorite boss fights in that game, dude?
Mine was probably Taking Back of Orgrimmar.
The whole raid?
The whole raid. I'm talking start to finish.
That was cool. Like, raid-wise, it was always, the fuck's it called? The one with the
Yeah,
four
I think it's
horsemen.
cool,
Nax
too.
Ramus. Nax Ramus was always my favorite raid.
That's what's fun.
But my favorite boss fight, still to this day, is Onyxia because I
Nixia's
like watching people get
fantastic.
love watching people get feared into that egg pit, and I'm just like, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah,
Every time.
I'll give that to you. That was a good fight.
It was always interesting. And those outdoor Twilight Dragons were great too.
Yeah, those
because
are
they led to outdoor PvP fights while you were
Yep.
trying to fight them.
Yep.
Man, I miss old school WoW.
Me too.
So speaking of old
Welcome
school,
to the WoWcast.
new school. So saw a movie recently, last night. The new Star Trek
I don't want to talk about it.
was
I've never
fairly,
seen it.
was pretty good. Won't give you any.
I'm tapping out because I'm going to see it this weekend. So
We're not going to give any
Nope.
spoilers away, but the next article is about this fan art I found, which actually was pretty cool. It was just like, basically the last like
Whoa.
many years of Star Trek, and if I can get this thing to click, if it would click next, but doesn't want to do the little
There you go.
things. Anyway, so this
oh,
artist,
dude, this thing
Buy
sucks,
those?
man. This sucks. This sucks.
What?
I just went through the whole thing and I don't see a single Spock fucking Vulcan neck pinching a horse at all.
Neck
He
pinching a
did
horse.
that in one of the movies. He does it in one of the movies. I want a fan drawn picture of it.
Dude.
So you can buy
Can you
these or
buy
not?
those?
I think you can purchase if you go to the guy's site. That whoever made these, I think they basically.
Oh my
You can
god,
get
they're awesome.
you can get them poster size. I'm pretty sure if you order them from his site, the artists. I think it's multiple artists, but it's pretty cool. All these fan artwork for like the last like so many years of like Star Trek, and the fact that this has such a legacy. Star Wars has its own. Star Wars is like an empire, but
Yes.
Star Trek, I think, when people watch Star Trek, for me anyway, it's more close to it. You relate to it a lot easier because it's closer to where we are as a human society, and where we're headed in the future. It's the great next exploration, like
Touche.
the ship sailing off from the continents like thousands of years ago. They didn't know where they were going.
Oh yeah.
It'll be like when we finally leave our solar system.
Yeah.
Like where are we gonna head to?
In Star Wars, it's already happened.
Already done, already over.
Yeah.
You know, you got a solid point there. Like, I like
Here you
both.
go.
I'm not for or against either or. I know Star Wars more than I do Star Trek, but on the same coin, my dad loved Star Trek, and it was on a lot. So I kind of end up liking Star Trek. You know, I don't know. I think that art is phenomenal. I would actually like to get some for my basement.
In
Oh,
my
yeah.
opinion, the Borg are probably one of the best sci-fi villains ever created.
Now,
I like the Borg. I love the idea of them just
Tribbles.
taking everything.
Yeah, Tribbles. I was gonna say the same
Tribbles.
thing.
fucking love
The
those guys.
what?
Tribbles.
These little fuzzy
fuck is-
balls.
I have no clue what you're talking about. You're talking
What?
about like critters?
No,
Critters is-
they're in Star Trek.
My
I
favorite.
haven't watched much Star Trek. I only
I have
seen
a
like
Tribble.
the
My-
Borg saga.
My favorite
I
villains
found
are
out.
the Mirror Universe Federation because they're all bad guys and they're trying to like
Yeah.
conquer the universe. It's great, and they run into them and they have to kind of like fight against like themselves, like the bad versions of themselves.
You mean like Bizarro Land?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Nate, you picked the worst and best one. Bizarro Spock. I have a mustache, therefore I'm bad.
It's kind of how it is actually. It's like really.
You Vulcan pinch with your right arm. I do it with my left. But I do have to go, guys, so that I can eat the rest of my dinner. It's getting near that time. You know, I work early and all that.
All
All
right.
right.
But next time we'll talk about the Comic-Con movies, I guess.
And Stranger Things because I've been watching that.
Is
I
it not
wanna
amazing?
watch it.
Oh,
5
yeah.
minutes right now. Is it not amazing?
Oh yeah, it's one of the best shows on TV.
I want
Um,
to see it.
I haven't seen
We're
it
doing
yet.
Diablo on Friday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we're all set for Diablo. So we're gonna call it Get Wrecked.
I love Diablo. Wait, which one? 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna play on hardcore mode. We're gonna start on normal and go until we die.
Oh.
So, which will be really quick. So we'll play various amounts of games.
Well, I was gauging myself because I play a Diablo off and on quite a bit, and I have quite a few high level characters. And it took me like a while. I was challenging myself to die, and I couldn't die.
Yeah, I think
No,
we'll be
I will
all right
die.
for the first
I
half
will
of the
die.
playthrough.
Dude, my satyr can solo last tournament without even thinking about it.
Oh well, yeah.
Like I'm sure it will get hard, but I think we'll be all right, Bazinga.
I
Don't
forgot
worry
what
about it.
my best grift was. It was like 40 something.
I don't know.
I haven't played in so long. I don't
From
fucking
when
know.
I can remember, I didn't when I was first playing that game. Until once I learned the game, I didn't start dying until I got to like torment level 1, and then it started getting entertaining.
Well, my brother and I played for I can't even tell you how many. Just so long every single day.
You all heard that, so if Nate
Oh,
dies
so
within the
good.
first 10 minutes from a goofing mistake, we're gonna get on his case.
You get all you want.
All right, I am out. Thank you guys for having me again. Check out the I Am Setsuna stream so you can listen to me bitch and complain. Also, Gunman's Proof this weekend, bitches. Watch it.
All right.
I don't know what that is, but
It's fucking great. It's like Japanese. It's like Japanese Legend of Zelda in Wild West.
Wow.
It's so cool.
all right,
All right, later.
later. All right, what's the next topic?
So we got Pandora now alerts you when your favorite band is playing live. Now this is
Yeah.
kind of cool in a sense, even though I don't use Pandora as much as I used to. I barely use Pandora anymore. But in a sense, I don't really go to shows too much anymore either. But I would say this is great for somebody that's really enthusiastic about wanting to go see like their favorite band and stuff. What do you guys think?
Well,
I think it's a cool idea.
it's cool, but most of the time the bands that I would want to see are sold out anyway. So it's gonna be like, hey, the band's playing, but too bad for you.
Well, I'm guessing it's going to be a little more intricate than that. They're going to say, hey, tickets have just gone on sale for this band playing such time probably.
Yeah.
And they'll probably give you a link to buy the tickets.
I was just talking to a friend of mine. He was asking me about a band that we saw, and I'm like, I'm not sure. Let me look it up. I went to the Family Values tour in 2001. I thought it was sooner than that. I did
Oh,
not
wow,
think
that's
it
a
was
long
that
time,
long time
yeah.
ago, man. I was like, what? I saw that show. At least I got to see STP before they were really dead. But yeah, that was a long freaking time ago. Ugh. And I also saw Static X before they were dead.
before he.
But yeah, I gotta get to a I haven't been to a concert in a long time.
I have been, yeah, likewise.
Why don't you go on to see who's it?
No, that already happened.
Oh, it did. You never
Yeah.
went.
I had to work, and my brother had to work.
That sucks.
Yep. Story of my life, bro. Story of my life. This
So,
is cool.
the Nintendo Mysterious NX is reportedly a portable console that connects to your TV. Now, this is in a sense kind of neat in a way, but not so. I mean, if they do make it powerful enough, I mean, that's one thing, but like, I don't know if that's the greatest idea.
Yeah. Supposedly it's using NVIDIA in it, or
would hope so.
something like NVIDIA, but I don't know. Not knowing is what's killing us. We don't know anything
yeah,
about
that's the
it.
problem.
If we could get a little something of any idea, because what we're thinking is gonna flop, but it could be something amazing.
Yeah, we don't know. Like, for instance, like the rebranded like Neo Geo that came out.
Yeah. The Neo
Granted,
Geo
this is a retro system we're talking about that
Yeah.
was re-released, and basically it was just the portable system that they crammed it into a giant little tiny, like, looks like a DS almost, and that runs everything. Even though it looks like a whole console, you can just pop that little piece out and take it along with you and play.
Yeah.
But that's actually the whole console. But
Yeah.
granted, that is it's old hardware being like small. You mean
Yeah,
size down?
it was really cool, really expensive, but it was a cool concept because it was like how laptops have things you put the laptops in and then boom, it's on your monitor.
Yeah.
Which was really cool, but it did flop. But I just don't know. I don't know. They gotta make it good.
They gotta make it really good.
I hope so.
Like there was an article I was reading about. It was said Nintendo. This is what it was titled. We have to have a talk.
Yeah. Oh.
I just think it's just people are. Oh god, my neck hurts so bad. People are just giving up. Like, I honestly think Nintendo is just gonna give up. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. It makes me sad though. I like Nintendo.
Well, right
Yeah.
now they're clutching under the fact that Pokemon Go is so successful. and they're giving this whole props like, "Oh, this is what we're gonna be when we went to
But
mobile
most
gaming."
of the money's going to Niantic.
Yeah, Niantic's the one who developed because they built it on top of another game they have.
Yeah.
And so Nintendo really all they did was give them the title Pokemon for the most part.
Well,
And
they
it's-
didn't
Paid
even.
a lot of money for it.
And
Yeah, Nintendo doesn't even really own Pokemon either. It's another. It's
yeah, only the people
Pokemon.
that worked on it was Nintendo's. They have a small art department that was working on it
ugh,
to help them. Besides Niantic,
Well, Game Freak too.
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah, Game Freak. But they built it on top of another game, so there wasn't a whole lot of work there except for converting code.
Mm-hmm.
So
Genius. But it didn't give any really much money to Nintendo, where they lost what 240 million or whatever, or
Yeah,
billion,
supposedly.
whatever it was.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I'm sure they made a profit.
Oh, without a doubt. I like proof that that's how much they lost.
Yeah.
Seeing that I believe Pokemon Go makes over like 1.9 million a day.
yeah,
Wow.
that's not all their money, but a portion
They're
it's
getting
their
some of
money.
it.
Because the Pokemon title, they own Pokemon Corporation, so
Yeah.
that's like huge. So yeah, that's what it is.
I don't know. I think there's some falseness in what they say. I don't know. That's a lot of money to lose.
Well, it's like
I
a
don't
lot of these
know.
companies that say, "Oh, they were down $2 billion this year, but made a profit of $42 billion," and you're like, "How's that work?"
It's just
Or
like listening
profit
to
of like
Walmart.
one big company I won't mention that made over $1 trillion last year, but yet we're down.
Yeah, yeah,
You gotta
yeah,
be
yeah.
kidding me.
That's just like listening to stupid-ass Walmart meetings. Oh, by the way, your department was down 1.3987%, but I'm telling you, I still get my $10 million bonus at the end of the year because I'm a store manager and we're still making millions and millions and trillions of dollars. But no, we're down. Guys, you got to sell more steak. What the fuck's wrong with
You gotta smile more.
your bakery sucks. You need more donuts, but you guys are doing a good job.
But you're throwing away too much.
Yeah, you're throwing away too much. That one donut hole is gonna cost the company millions. You guys are fucked.
Failed.
What?
What are you doing?
I'm talking what?
Tape face made it.
Tape Face made it? Cool, I like Tape Face. He's awesome. That's America's Got Talent. Sorry, guys.
Oh, okay.
Everybody has to have a shameful thing. Like,
I'm Tapehead.
no, Tape Face is awesome. The guy's
Nope.
freaking hilarious.
I'm Tapehead.
You know
I'm
what?
Duct Tapehead
You know what's awesome though? This hallway of books
with Tapehead.
with tape. Now, the reason why I brought this article up because I love save it for last because we're getting near the end of the podcast and I always bring up a book.
That's like, 'cause I got a boogie here in a minute.
All right, so I want to bring this up because people are turning back to turning pages, and this is true. I remember, like, right before I moved back to where I live now, a lot of the bookstores around me were closing, and that's because people were going digital. I went digital myself. I have a couple digital e-readers at home. I'm planning on getting another one, but I've recently myself been buying books. And I was wondering if it was just me. And there was 2 more bookstores opened up down the street from my house. Like, holy crap. And then back where I used to live, I was looking at it, I was like, wow, bookstores have reopened now up there. This is really just, it's all of a sudden, people went away for a little bit and they're like, wow, you know what? I really like holding a book in my hand and turning the pages. And there's something about it. I really like sitting in a nice calm room, maybe with some jazz playing, and reading a really good book. And a handbook, not my digital Kobo.
learned to read.
Handbook.
So I mean, it's a real thing, and I don't know. Do you guys avid readers or no?
No, I don't.
Nah, older stuff like. Well, I mean, I don't really read books per se. I don't have time. I don't even have time for myself, and still have so many other things to do. But I like to collect like old computer gaming magazines. Like I have some from the early '90s and old strat guides, and actually I like old D&D books. I love old D&D books, like things like that. I enjoy them.
Yeah.
But I haven't read a book since my friend RJ. She wrote hers. That was the last book I read.
Oh, wow.
Really good book. Really fucking good fantasy book. So good.
So
Anyway.
one book I'm bringing up this week. We don't have it up on the screen, but a book that Mr. Tony Camper gave to me to read called Tony Camper called Blood Oath: The President's Vampire.
Tony
Now-
Kipper will be back soon. There
Yeah.
was an issue he had to tend to for
Yeah.
the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But he says hi to everybody.
Nice.
So this guy he's recommended some great books to me in the past, but Blood Oath is amazing. It's a great vampire trilogy, especially the fact that this author goes ahead and like adds like a whole bunch of other mysterious lore. Like 2 chapters in, they're like this guy gets assigned Zach to like basically the liaison to like this vampire that works for the president. And then he's like, oh, the vampire looks at him and goes, oh, well, you met a vampire today, and guess what? You're going to meet Frankenstein later. Because they run into somebody. And it adds, like, there's Marie Laveau, who was, like, this voodoo, like, priestess in, like, New Orleans. And there's a whole bunch of other characters, like, throughout, like, monster lore that are in this book. And it's a trilogy, and there's a 4th one just came out. Supposedly he's going to write 10, supposedly. And there's going to be a movie, maybe. We'll see. But it is, anybody who loves vampire books and wants a little, like, comedy here and there, especially with, like, the espionage, like, thing, or behind the scenes of what's going on at the White House, kind of, like, discussions, like, what's that one author? I can't think of his name right now. He does, like, a History Channel show, too. Basically, of, like, the secret societies and stuff like that. I can't remember his name. Brad something. Because it reads a lot, like, his novels and stuff, as far as what goes on behind the scenes. And as far as, like, all the mysterious stuff that goes on, like, secret hidden places in Washington, it reminds me of the movie, like, National Treasure.
Oh, cool.
In some of the scenes. Which is kind of neat. It's a great, like, but it's not a kid's book. I'll tell you that, everybody. Oh, my God. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. And that's the reason why I will not read a book, Delinquent, why I won't read a book on a tablet or just on a computer itself. Because if I sit there and stare, for some reason, I can stare at a computer, play a game for like ever, and I will not get a headache. The moment I start reading text, like a book or something on a tablet or a computer screen,
Oh, it's terrible.
I get a migraine like you wouldn't believe.
I completely agree.
And this is why, like,
Completely agree.
I love I like reading like a Kobo or a Kindle or something like that that's e-ink, that doesn't have, basically, there's not something shining onto your eyelids or basically right onto your eyeballs. For some reason, that gives me a headache, and that's the best way to go.
If shining on your eyelids, your eyes would be closed. And you
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm reading. Can you see?
I'm using telepathy. That word says is.
It says words.
Yeah, I can't quite make them out, but hold on, it's coming to me.
Yeah. No, the big thing for me, Delinquent, is that, like, when I read my Kobo, because I used to have a Kindle, but I think the best people that make them out there are definitely the brand Kobo. They make probably the absolute best e-readers out there. Is the fact that, yeah, I'm holding this digital device. Yeah, I have most of the other options disabled on it because I don't use really Wi-Fi or anything on it. It's just the fact there's something about the smell and the feel of holding a book. It's not so much the other options that are to distract you. It's just there's something about holding a real book. So everybody this week, definitely go, check if you're a book reader, definitely check out The President's Vampire. Great. And definitely check out TV series Strange Things. Now, you guys say you didn't check it out either?
No, I saw it on Netflix, so I decided to watch The Princess Bride instead because I love that movie more than anything else.
It's definitely it reminds me of, like, so many different 80s movies where there's, like, a creepy thing in the woods that's coming to get everybody, and these kids go out on their bikes to go find it in the woods, and it looks like everything is so 80s in the whole show. It's great with the wood paneling in the houses and
I'll start watching it.
Yeah, it's just great.
That's awesome.
So
I'll start tonight.
Man.
Oh wait, no, I gotta be up early in the morning for my fucking contractor. God damn it, never mind.
And so one thing I want to cover before we close out for media is Mr. Robot. 3rd episode's airing tonight, or technically 4th episode, whichever way to look at it. And the last episode. So Zinga, you watched this episode too.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to watch some mind fuckage,
yeah.
He goes on an Adderall overdose, and oh my god, yeah, it'll scare the bejesus out of you if you plan on doing that. So don't do it ever. Don't think about it.
No, bad.
Yeah, because he has weird visions of being drowned by someone forcing cement down his throat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
And then he goes on a rant and he's running around like it's all like happy glory. Oh,
yeah, it was. Like,
look how clean this dish is.
Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah. He's all preaching at the church and everything. And then there's a whole religious rant at the end. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, definitely if you like, okay, Sam Esmail, which is the creator of Mr. Robot, he's like the writer director showrunner, all this stuff. He does it all by himself, and he's worked like every day, which is like unheard of, like for a producer and everything to be there for every little aspect. It shows that it is his own personal creation to like a really big extent. And he said the two biggest things that he was influenced by is Lost and Breaking Bad. And it really shows in the story because of the symbolism is everywhere in that show. And Lost did that all the time. They had like weird symbols here and there. Someone said something that you didn't catch on till after. And then they had Breaking Bad with the whole like mobsters breaking people's fingers, and there's all that kind of shit going on. And then there was a homage to freaking Heisenberg in the last episode. It was distinctly Heisenberg. You could distinctly.
I love Breaking Bad. That
Um,
was such a good show.
So definitely, if you guys like that, anybody likes those kind of shows, definitely check out Mr. Robot. If you haven't watched season 2, season 1, go watch season 1, then watch season 2. It's amazing. Third episode's on tonight, so definitely check it out.
That's understandable, Delinquent. The only compromise he's made to reading is digitally was comic books because he doesn't want to ruin the comic books.
Oh, that's actually a great idea for collectors. That's a brilliant idea.
Doesn't want to touch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
understandable.
if you're a collector, man, that is the best way to go. That's like for me, like certain books I buy, I've barely touched. Like the last, the Vampire Chronicles, like I have all the hardcovers of those, and the Prince Lestat, I haven't even touched. I bought it on digital as well, and I read it on my Kobo. I never even opened up the book, but I like the collection. I like having it there. It's going to be great, something to pass down to.
If you want to see
my
something a show that was good brought from comics, The Preacher.
Oh yeah.
It's really freaking good.
I
And
haven't seen that.
It's really good. And the weird thing is, in The Preacher, there's the guy that plays the preacher who is Howard Stark in Captain America.
Yeah.
Young Howard Stark.
I wish I liked superheroes. I wish I knew what you guys were talking about.
And he's in Preacher, and his girlfriend's in Preacher, but in the World of Warcraft movie, he's the king and the girlfriend is the wife.
Oh wow.
And so it was
Really?
yeah.
That's interesting. Wow.
That's dope. I did not know that.
Yeah, Preacher.
Oh yeah. Delinquent. Yeah. Preacher,
Yeah, Preacher's crazy. I'm waiting for the next episode. I think there's just one more.
Oh wow.
There can't be that much left.
So they're probably gonna do a second season.
Oh, I hope they do.
Well, they would have probably announced it at Comic-Con, probably actually.
I don't know. It's still going on though.
Oh yeah, they're waiting for the numbers.
The season's not over yet. But yeah, it's real good. It's definitely strange, and it's on AMC.
Nice.
So
Yeah. So we're getting near the end here, guys. So definitely, if you're watching this or you're listening to it, if you're listening to it, check out our YouTube, Get Tekt Geeks. Just give it a search, you'll find us. If you're listening to Podbean, give us a follow. If you're listening on YouTube, give us a subscribe. If you're watching us on Twitch right now, definitely give us a follow. We really appreciate it. All we're going to do is make this podcast grow and this stream grow. We stream 5 days a week. This is one of the days where we do this podcast. The other days we play a lot of games. This Friday we're playing Diablo. I'm not sure what we're playing Saturday. But Sunday I think we're going to be doing more Guns of Icarus again. If you guys like the teamwork aspect of it.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but before I forget, my memory really, really sucks. The Minecraft servers will be back up and running next week.
oh, awesome.
So you
So
might see
it
more
only took
Minecraft
them
coming soon.
A
people.
month and a half to send me replacement parts for a proprietary Dell. You can't just put in whatever you want.
Oh, that's why. I see.
Yeah, because they don't make this particular model anymore, so I had to search up, down.
Really, a proprietary power supply?
Yeah, well, nothing. I've tried. I have 5 of them at home, and none of them fit.
Wow.
Yeah, even this old 300-watt one didn't even fit. So, yeah, it should be in next week. So I'll
Cool.
have that all fixed up and ready to go.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So everybody prepare for more Minecraft again.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back to the hunt and the building on our new dimension.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Now everything should still work.
100%. So I have it backed up in 4 different places.
Awesome. I just uploaded the next episode.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and we're getting closer to the next surprise that we did 2 months ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. So everybody, definitely, if you're watching,
Blame Mother Nature. Was not my fault.
Yeah.
It seems like a fucking surge protector too. They
Wow.
are bullshit. I hate. Oh no more. Sir, just plug your shit into a wall. Surge protectors are a waste of goddamn money.
Yeah.
I don't recommend that, but okay.
So yeah, definitely come check us out next week, 7 p.m. on Get Tekt.
And I'd like to say one more thing. We got over 50 follows. We're at 54
Yes.
now. That's
I did see that. That's awesome.
yeah. We have a lot of fun on Saturday game night, man. We got a lot of follows. Jackbox like just took us over the hill, and we're all getting. I'm at 68 on my channel,
Nice.
and Grim's at 60 something too. So we're getting there.
Getting there.
So thank you all so very much.
Yes. All right, it's been great having everybody here tonight. Mr. Delinquent and Trixie, thank you for following. Thank you for hosting us, Trixie, actually, as well, too. And we will see everybody next week at 7 p.m. And we'll see you tomorrow night on our streams.
Tralla.
Bye.